Libra gang gang, Libra gang gang, hey Libra gang gang, Libra gang gang, hey Libra gang gang, Libra gang gang. What's good, my beautiful Libras? And welcome to your love reading. Today we're going to see what is coming towards you in love, okay? Thank you all so much for your likes, shares, comments, and subscribes. I appreciate you guys. And for your bookings, if any of you would like to book a personal reading to purchase anything or to make a donation to the channel, all info on how to do so will be in the description box below. Please remember that the energies in the readings can go vice versa, okay? So only take what resonates. Feel free to switch to genders, switch to roles, do what you got to do, leave the rest, flip, reverse it, do what you have to do, people, okay? If I'm talking about a guy, but you think it's a girl, you can do what it, you can flip it over, okay? So before we get into the reading, Libra, I got like a couple downloads for you guys, okay? So patience is a virtue for real, okay? The soul tie came out with long distance lovers. Interesting. Some of you can be dealing with someone at a distance who you have a tie with, like you guys, the tie, the bond is strong. It cannot be severed. Okay. My apologies, guys. So I'm feeling really Libran because Venus is back. Okay. And I just feel like myself. So yeah. The truth just wanted to come out, and the sweetheart's beautiful energy. So yeah, so Venusian energy, this is Libran energy. I feel like things are back in balance. You have more of a better outlook on relationships, on what you want from what you don't want. Okay, but I have a little story for you guys. Before we get into the story, excuse me, the first thing I heard before I started the reading was something smells like love. So I have a incense burning called Love Supreme. Oh, I absolutely love it. Like, I'm an aromatherapy type person. Like, I just love scents. I love smelling good. I love when things smell good. I love when my environment smells good. I just love incense and oils and scented candles. And there's something about Love Supreme. It's like, it literally is like, if love could smell, if love could have a smell, this is what it would smell like. So I'm just getting like comfort, like, you could be surrounded by a lot of love, Libra, or you're just operating from your Venusian energy like now, because like I said, everything's gone back direct. You might be feeling quite balanced. You're just feeling yourself. So you're just gonna start noticing like little things, okay? I'm hearing like the little things in life is what makes you the happiest, okay? Or you may feel like it's like for some of you have like a really big heart, but you just feel like people are not seeing it, or you know what I mean? But it's like, it's okay, Libra. Like, something smells like love. You smell like love. If love was a person, it would be you, okay? And it kind of makes me sad when I see, like, people who are Venusian ruled and they speak so negatively about love, or they speak so negatively about giving their heart to people. Because at the end of the day, as Venusians, we are here to show people what love truly is, and we're here to raise the vibration of love and keep loving relationships and things and keep the energy of love alive, because not keeping love alive is kind of like not keeping us alive. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just hearing like, don't give up on love, Libra, especially now that everything has gone back to balance. And so let me just get on with the story, right? So there was a show I watched years ago, right? It's about these group of people that they're at college. Well, the Americans call it community college, but to us it's just university. Because we have school, then we have college, then we have uni. But I think with Americans, they just have school and then college. So sorry guys, 1 second, because my nose. Fuck's sake. Okay. This only seems to ever happen when I sit down to record. Like, prior to that, I'm fine. I mean, I'm fine in other ways, but you know what I mean? I'm just joking. Am I though? I don't know. Moving on, Libra. So it's about these students, and they're in community college, and then there's this one episode where the science people, like the people from the science lab, they want to conduct an experiment on humans and human behavior. The experiment was basically testing people's patience, right? So they had ordered a group of students to go into a room and just be told to wait. Okay, they didn't know what they were waiting for. Oh God, I just realized something is different. They didn't know what they were waiting for, why they were waiting. They were just told to wait, right? So, 10 minutes went by, 20 minutes went by, an hour went by. So let's just say there were like 30 students in the class. you know, by every minute and by every hour, like, people were just leaving because they didn't understand, like, why am I waiting? Like, why am I sitting down here? What is the purpose of this, right? So at the end, there was this one student who remained, okay? And when he came out, because the person who had conducted the experiment was, you know, somebody that he had trusted. It was one of his friends, okay? So she came out of the room. She came out of the room and she went in and she said, oh, you know, you can leave now. She goes, it's kind of over. She explained to him that it was an experiment, all of this stuff. So she said to him, everybody else left. You know, everybody else had free will. They could have left. You were the only one that stayed all the way to the end. Despite the fact that you had no idea why you were here. You didn't know why you were asked to wait. You didn't know when you were going to leave. She was just like, out of everybody, you waited. So why? Why is that? Why did you wait? So he turned around and he said to her, well, because you're my friend and you asked me to wait, so I did. And in that moment, you saw her eyes, like, you saw, like, you just looked at him and you just thought, oh my God, like, how fucking sweet. Because it demonstrated his loyalty. It was like, I don't care why I'm here or what the reason is. I just know that my friend asked me to do something and I'm going to do it, and I kept my word. And I feel like Libra, his name was Abed, right? For those of you, if you've watched Community, you are Abed. Okay, if it's not you, then it's somebody that you're dealing with or someone that's kind of like being manifested. And let's just say that his friend and the people from the science department, let's just say that they are a representation of God or the divine. Abed was told to sit and wait, and everybody else folded. Everybody else left. You know, even the friends of the girl who asked, you know, because he wasn't the only friend. Like, there was like another group of people that also was friends with her. They all left. They all folded. He was the only one that stayed. And she really kind of understood how he viewed friendship, how he viewed loyalty. Like, it expanded her mind to kind of like look at him in a different way. But let's just say that that's the divine sitting there and saying to you, like, you just need to be patient. You need to wait. Now, you might be thinking, why do I need to wait? Why can't something just happen right now? I've met my person. Why can't we just da-da-da-da? Just wait. There's a reason for that. The divine wants you to know, a lot of you, because like with that person in particular, he's like very odd and just different to everybody else. But some of you need to understand that you are rare. There's not many people like you, and your loyalty will be tested, and so will others. And so, you know, sometimes when the divine tells you to do something, it's not up to you to question why. It's up for you to demonstrate your commitment to faith. Because that's kind of like if I look at that episode in the spiritual perspective, it's Abba just had faith. Like, he wasn't bothered, he wasn't agitated, he just sat down and just waited patiently. And he was revealed what happened in the end. But do you know what I mean? It just like, basically it's like, if you want a real one, go to Abed, basically, because you saw how everybody within the experiment, you saw how everybody else folded and how they were just caring about themselves, and they were just getting so frustrated because they wasn't getting what they want when they wanted it. And so that's kind of like love. Like, for some of you, like, you know, love, true real love is really rare. You know, we live in a culture of lust and fast-paced energy, and like, as much money as you have, as much bitches and niggas you can have, but that's not real. Because you have to think about it. If you didn't have all the money, if you didn't have all the flashiness, would people still respect you? Would the people that you're currently around still be around you? Would you still have all the whores? Like, do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, for some of you, you are a true divine person. You are truly sent from Venus. Like, you truly are love reincarnated. And people forget that love is patience. You know, like I said, when the divine tells you to do something, you don't question the divine. You know what I mean? You're just like, okay, cool. When you start questioning things, as I said in one of like my other videos the other day, it's about like you're operating from fear, because it's like, well, why can't I get this, and this? Because you're dealing with a process. You're dealing with a person. You're dealing with an energy. It's not like money. Like, you know, there's a lot of ways that you can create money and get money fast. But I feel like with a lot of people, they use the mentality that they have for money and for business when they're in a relationship. They look at everything as a transaction. And sometimes you have to understand that, like, when you're dealing with a real woman or a real man, it's not a business arrangement, because you're not dealing with a hoe. It's not like, oh, I'm going to buy you, I have all of this, like, and that's what I'm attracted to. I always say to people that love is like a mental connection. Like, you have to be able to understand each other. Can I be around you all day, every day? You know, can I look at your good qualities and your bad qualities? There's a lot of people where, like, they want someone to accept them for who they are, quirks and all, their imperfections, but then they can't accept the other person for who they are. It's like, oh, you're too real for me, or you're too judgmental for me, or you're too all of these things. And it's just like, no, the person is just showing you the reflection of who you truly are, which is that you're not as you thought you were. Do you know what I mean? Like, we are all introduced to people in our life for a reason, either to teach them about ourselves or about others. So with that Abed story, it was like, he showed people what true loyalty is, what a true ride or die person is. It's like, you gave me an instruction and I followed through. And even if, like, you know, at the end, I kind of realized it wasn't even like it was a dumb reason or whatnot. That's not the point. The point is, you know, the point is, I said what I said and I stayed until the end. You know what I mean? Like, it's just true loyalty. So I feel like for some of you, you're just like that, and you're not, like I said, this world is not full of real people. People will say one thing to you at the beginning of a relationship, and then 5 minutes in, they'll say something else. You know what I mean? And it's just, that's why I feel like a lot of relationships don't work in this generation, because people do not want to get accustomed to the journey, to the process, to the development of something. Like, if you want to have a baby, you're not just going to have a baby and then, you know, just have sex, and then the baby just comes. There has to be 9 months for that baby to develop, for that baby to grow. And depending on how the child is going to come out, depends on the environment that the child is in, like, that the child is growing in. You know, is the mum stressed? Is she okay? Like, what's going on? Is she being well kept and looked after? Because all of that energy is channeling into the creation. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So be patient when it comes to love, and also be patient with others. You know what I mean? Because like I said, love is a form of patience. Like, when you are praying to God and you really want something to happen, you really want something to come through, it will come when it's supposed to come. There's a reason as to why the divine might be holding things from you, or withholding certain people. Like, maybe that person isn't ready for you. So again, for some of you, and now I'm getting something about like the right person but the wrong time. So there could have been a lot of you that made connections through the Mercury retrograde. You should have waited. You knew better. Because had you have made those connections afterwards, you know, it probably would have gone a lot more smoothly. But it's up to you whether or not you want to reestablish those connections now that you know that Venus is back in balance, or whether you want to move on when it comes to your life. But never like look at love as something that is negative or something that you shouldn't share, or like, I'm not giving my heart to people, I'm not showing people love. No, like, that's just bitter energy. It's just like, release that shit, because the divine will send you somebody who's worthy of that love and worthy of that exchange. And because you've got these barriers up and all of this bitterness, you're not seeing it. And especially for you, like Libras, 13, as I said that, hey, and I spoke about the number 13 the other day. Get to know, okay, go and educate yourself a couple readings ago. But yeah, it's just like, I forgot where I was going with that now. See, I'm just be fucking going off on a tangent and confusing myself. But that's another representation of like distractions. For some of you, you could just be so distracted by a lot of things because there's just like an abundance of choice. But like I said, if you really want to live in a divine way and and follow the pathway of the divine, you need to understand how to work with divine energy. And it's not always going to be how you want it to be, because it's not going to be what you're accustomed to. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? But yeah, don't look at love as oh, that's what I was saying. You specifically, if you are Libras or you're Venusian ruled, so you have a lot of Libra and Taurus placements, you're here to keep the energy of love alive. Just because people are not reciprocating your loving energy, people are not, you know, it's kind of like, okay, you want you want to live off the dark side, but then you show your dark side, someone can't handle it, or you want to be in your authentic truth. It's like, you want me to accept you for you, but it's all about balance, you know what I mean? And you just have to keep thinking that, keep spreading beauty, keep spreading love, keep being loving. If people are not reciprocating that energy towards you, if people are disrespecting you or disregarding you, that's a them problem. That's a personal problem for them. It doesn't mean that you yourself should change your character and become bitter or become really guarded because of what other people have like put you through. Okay? believe in love. You know, because not believing in love is basically not believing in yourself. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay, and just as I'm saying that, my phone is ringing, but I can't answer it right now. So 15 minutes in, but I just had to like give you guys that story. Like for some of you, you've been really waiting patiently for your person. But, you know, sometimes, like I said, it's the right person or the wrong time. Or sometimes there's other things, you know, people are going through different things, especially if there's like age gaps and things. It's one of the reasons why I try to kind of stay away from people who are at certain ages. Not because I just like of a maturity thing. It's more to do with like, I understand things from an astrological perspective. So people that are in a certain age bracket, they may be going through like a Saturn return. And it's like, you can't tell nobody nothing when they're going through a Saturn return. It's just like, I know what's going to happen to you, or I know how it's going to go. And I just can't, you know, am I prepared to kind of go through this cycle with you without knowing that in the end it's going to, like, you know what I mean? I mean, it just depends. If I love the person, I'm going to be prepared to do whatever. But that's just the point. Is that other person going to do the same for you? Do you see what I'm trying to say? Because, you know, life is ups and downs. You know, just think of the universe as like a school and you're the students. Sometimes you're a teacher for someone, sometimes you're a student for somebody else, but you're always going to be learning because you need to evolve. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to evolve when it comes to love. So I don't want you to look at love as negativity, because when you do, that's how you're going to be looking at yourself. And that's how you're going to be projecting that onto other people, okay? So yeah, so I just had to say that, guys. That somebody like needed to hear that for today. So this is going to be a long one because that's what we do over here. If you don't like to wait for things and you don't, you know, there's a saying, good things come to those who wait. So people who are very impatient and they want everything now, that's probably why they don't have what they want, like what they truly want or what they truly need, that they keep denying themselves of. And Libras, you thrive in relationships. So really you are supposed to be in a relationship with someone. But like I said, you have to match the requirements of your requirements. What you require in somebody else, you should make sure that you are displaying that within yourself, and vice versa. If you want someone to accept you for your dark and your light, you have to be accepting of theirs. Sometimes people are too light though. You know, when you're dealing with someone that's too much of a pure spirit, it's kind of like it makes you feel impure and judged. But that's the lesson. Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of just like, you know, you wanted to experience divinity. This is what divinity feels like. You know, sometimes like people, they feel uncomfortable because they feel like if they have to be with you, then that means that they have to change, or they have to. And it's like, yes, we all have to change. We all have to evolve. You can't have the same mindset that you had like 10 years ago, even 2 years ago. You should always be thinking differently and being like enlightened. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So what is coming towards you guys? So beautiful energy. We have the phone call. Okay, it says communication, FaceTime, and we need to talk. So for some of you, you could be having a conversation with somebody. Okay, you want to talk to someone about, it could be based on what I was saying, or somebody just wants to talk to you. They have a lot that they want to get off their chest. And again, communication, you know, Libras, you are an air sign. So I feel like it is important for you to be able to be in a connection with someone where you can express yourself. It's like, I'm having a bad day. I might come off at you and I might be a bit snappy. Tomorrow I might be a bit more loving. But each day I'm me. Each day I'm being real. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So there's a conversation that is going to be had, okay? For some of you, you could be like exchanging numbers with somebody, but I feel like this is someone that you kind of like already know, you're already in a partnership with. So communication is coming in. Okay, yeah, we have the partners at crime at the bottom of the deck. So it says, fearless love, us against the world, and overcoming challenges. So again, for some of you, I feel like there was some challenges that were put in place, but it's for you to overcome it with your person. Okay, because like I said, for some of you, your ride or dies out here, your R beds. It's like I said I was going to be here, so I'm going to be here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, however long it takes for that to register for you, that's not my problem, because we're two individuals on our own journeys. But you will see, you know, it's about being in the energy of like attracting, Libra. Like when you are in the energy of forcing, then that's what creates restriction. You know what I mean? It's just like, I know what I want. I know when I want it. I know how I want it. I know what I'm not going to tolerate. Like, you know, and it's either you're going to get to my energy level or you ain't. But either way, whatever's meant to be is what's meant to be, because I'm not in control of certain shit. The divine has a plan for me. If you are part of that plan, it is what it is. But like I said, you always have to be thinking about everything in a loving perspective or from a higher frequency, because that is the energy that you rule. So don't let anybody turn you bitter, okay? So we have the beauty in the brains. It says sapiosexual, learning from each other and clever conversation. This is gorgeous. And then we have the love language at the bottom of the deck. I was going to say that. I was going to say for some of you, communication could be your love language, okay? Or, you know, it says mutual understanding, attentive lover, and compromise your energy. So for some of you, I'm getting like a really beautiful conversation that you're going to have with someone that's very inspiring. You're going to be able to express how you feel, how they feel, and really make a mental connection and having a mutual understanding so that you both can say, okay, I see where you're coming from and I get you. This is where I'm coming from. Okay, I see that too and I get you. Things don't always need to end in like a, you know, things don't always, not end. Maybe something ended with some of you, but things don't always need to be discussed in like a toxic way. Like, do you know what I mean? Things don't always need to be discussed in like a, you don't always need to be doing the most. It's like, I should be able to say what I want to say to you and message received. And there's no animosity, there's no this, there's no that. So that's what I'm getting. I also feel like someone just thinks that you are really intelligent. Like in this card, he's holding a book that says Science of Love, you know, and so it's almost like he's learning about love, you know, from a scientific standpoint. But that's what I'm getting. I'm also getting for some of you, if you are dealing with someone, I feel like you're dealing with someone that has both beauty and brain. So they kind of open you up, they teach you, or vice versa, or this is what somebody likes about you. Like somebody here is definitely a sapiosexual. Okay, they like to learn. They like to be with somebody who can expand their mind or who can stimulate their mind. Because like I said, we are in that culture where it's kind of like, yep, there's arse and tits and dicks everywhere, but they come so easy. Pun intended. You know what I mean? It's just like this type of connection does not. How often is it where you can sit down and really kind of get to know the deep depths of someone else's mind and actually like connect? Like, you know what? I be thinking like you too. Like, do you understand what I'm trying to say? So this is really beautiful. Somebody actually could be a scientist or they're a psychologist or some kind, or they just like to study human behavior. But I'm just getting a lot of beautiful conversation here, or reflecting on a conversation. Just as I said that we have the reflection. It's a self-love, introspection, and mirroring. So yeah, for some of you, you could be dealing with someone that is mirroring your energy back to you. So maybe like you can't handle yourself. You know what I mean? And then we have the soul tie. It says universal attachment, sexual bondage, and inseparable. So yeah, for some of you, you have created a tie with somebody, or the universe has attached you with someone. So it doesn't matter how much you try to break free from this connection or this person, it's not going to, the tie is not going to be severed, because there's something that needs to be discussed between the two of you. You need to have some type of understanding, or you need to reflect and look back onto something. Now, for some of you, it could be a thing about self-love. So like I'm saying, when you operate from the energy of self-love, you look at things differently, okay? Self-love is not the same as arrogance and narcissistic fucking mentality disorder. You know what I mean? It's just like, you know what? I love myself, and, you know, I want to share love, or I want to give love or whatnot. Like, you're just reflecting, or somebody could be reflecting on, like I said, something that you said, or how smart or intelligent you are. I think I was saying to Libras in the other reading, like, sometimes it's hard for us, especially if you're feminine, especially if you're a woman, to display how intelligent you are, because people can get very threatened by that. You know, you're in a loving connection and it can turn quite competitive, because it's like your partner realizes you're really smart, I can't manipulate you, or I can't do this, or I can't hide things from you. But why are you trying to? That just demonstrates to me that you are not really aware of what a loving connection is supposed to be like. You're supposed to be open and honest with me about everything and not feel some type of way. Like, you know what I mean? But anyway, so there's a soul tie here. Or someone just thinks that you're inseparable, like they can't get your energy anywhere else. So this is why there's a conversation happening. I just feel like there was a lot of reflecting being done based on something that was said. Or something that is about to be said. Or someone is going to tell you something that's going to make you really like look at yourself in the mirror. Or this is somebody else, like you're making somebody else look at you, look at themselves in the mirror, okay? So yeah. So please clarify the phone call. For my beautiful Libras. What is coming towards you guys in love? Teacher, God, you know when you're on point. I just know the divine be using me as a vessel. Thank you, divine. I love you. Okay, we have teacher. Come on now. What does it say? It says learning. What is in the background? G, gratitude. R, respect. O, optimism. And W, worthy. Okay, grow with love. So it says education, knowledge, competence, care, and professor. So yeah, so somebody here definitely could be a teacher. Like that could be somebody's actual profession, or somebody is teaching you a lot about love or a lot about yourself, or this is you. You are the Venusian energy. So you could be teaching somebody. You could also be dealing with someone who's also Venusian, but they're not really operating from, like, do you know what I mean? But I don't know why I keep saying someone isn't, but I think it was because I was led to tell that story about Abed. Do you know what I mean? And because in a lot of the love readings these days, I keep getting like people are in denial. But I'm seeing that a lesson is being learned here. So this is really beautiful energy, or this is the conversation that somebody wants to talk to you about, like what they have learned, or that they want to grow with you, or that somebody kind of just wants to expand with you. So that's really beautiful, Libra. Okay, which is the bottom of the deck? Okay, so we have show you off, which says proud trophy wife, accomplishments, and status. So someone is watching you. They kind of want to show you off. This could have been somebody that walked away from you, or you walked away. It says leaving, separations, endings, and divorce. For some of you, you could be divorcing somebody, you know, like you're just letting bygones be bygones, but you're having like a kind of mature conversation about it. You're not like, you don't want like some messy ending or some messy divorce. You're just like, you know what, we're not getting on. This is not working out. Can we just like leave it and just move it along? Like, I don't understand why people always have to be like spiteful and shit has to be nasty. Like, it's like, we don't get on, so why do you want me to like stay trapped to you? Like, you know what I mean? So I'm getting a lot of maturity from this reading, which is beautiful, okay? Also, somebody here is like able to kind of reflect back on themselves and like say, you know what, there was a moment where I wasn't really being quite mature. It's like, but now I want to be, or vice versa. You know what I mean? But I'm getting that somebody wants to show you off to everyone. Like someone views you as like this trophy, but like I said, you come with brains as well. So it's like, it's hard to like not fall in love with you, Libra, because you're always making love to someone's mind. You know what I mean? The third eye, darling. Yes, intuition, chakra blue, telepathy, and perception. Yeah, you're helping somebody to expand, change their perception, activating somebody's third eye chakra. For some of you, you could be experiencing telepathy. So you feel like someone thinking about you when I'm thinking about them. And then you have to think about what is it that I am thinking about in regards to this person. It's the same thing. You're sending each other signals. Okay, so this is really beautiful. And then, oh God, I swear to God, I am just too good. I'm too good, people. Honestly, it says silver fox, age, maturity, clever, charming, and experience. I literally just said that this is a very mature reading. So I feel like you're dealing with somebody who's very mature. So there could be an age difference. Okay, if it's not an age difference, it's just the mentality is just different. So it is a scientific fact, okay, that like when it comes to men, they are like several years behind women when it comes to development. Okay. Which explains a lot in this world as to why, you know, they try to oppress women and don't want them to experience their power and do that, because they're just afraid of what we can do with our minds, okay? But this is somebody who's not afraid of your mind power. This is somebody who's intrigued by it, who loves it, who wants to get deeper into the depths of your mind, because it helps them to expand. Just the same way they can help you to grow. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? You're different, but you complete each other. Or you complement each other, okay? When you take the competitiveness out and when you remove the ego and you look at somebody with admiration, you look at someone as a teacher rather than someone as a op. Do you see what I'm trying to say? But this is really beautiful. I'm just getting that, like, you're dealing with somebody who's very, very intuitive here. But it's like, now my third eye is talking to your third eye. And that's kind of like what I wanted. I wanted for us to be, you know what I mean, in tune with each other, okay? So yeah, so I just feel like you're dealing with someone that's very mature, or somebody wants to take a mature approach to the situation, or you're meeting someone that's of a certain age or that's very mature, that you can just have mature and long conversations with. It's just like you're not sitting there talking about sex and other people and just some dumb shit. Like, do you know what I mean? So please clarify the reflection. Okay, so we have interesting. We have sadness that wanted to flip over. I'm gonna reshuffle it, but I'll read it because it flipped over, okay? But it didn't come out. It says hurt, betrayal, emotion, sensitive, and honoring your feelings. So yeah, somebody's like reflecting, and they have to accept the fact that like they're feeling some type of way, as I keep telling people this. Like, you either have someone feeling some type of way, or you made someone feel what type of way or whatnot, but it's like someone is trying to like mask the fact that they're kind of like they're feeling sad. So maybe you hurt someone's feelings, maybe you said something to someone and you know what I mean, they've had time to process it. So this could be where this conversation is going, because yeah, even as I said that, like, it kind of got dark outside. So I feel like someone is kind of going through like a dark time right now. We do have unavailable, busy, absent, taken, and hard to reach is at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like you're not speaking to someone at this time, but it's because they need to reflect on things that you have said. They need to reflect on if it's really what they want. I've just seen an aeroplane, so that could be very significant. Some of you definitely could be dealing with someone at a distance, or you're thinking about taking a trip. Okay, maybe if you travel, you might actually meet someone. Okay, it's gone right into the clouds. So it's almost like something went over somebody's head. Okay, so we have powerful women that wanted to come out. Okay, so yeah, for some of you, you're very powerful. It says strength, achievement, success, and leadership. So somebody could be reflecting on how powerful they could become if they were with you, or they're just looking at you as somebody who's powerful, who's confident. You know, you get shit done. For some of you, you could be single parents as well. Okay, but you see she's got that, she looks like she's graduating. So there's a lot about lessons and education here. I just feel like someone is just really smart. And whoever this is someone that you are tied to on a spiritual level, or you will be. Okay, and then we have I do everything at the bottom of the deck. It says unequal give and take, lazy mooch and disrespect and blame game. Yeah. So it's not about blaming. It's not, but I feel like there was an imbalance in the connection, and it's just about being mature and having to say that, oh, this is what you want. Like when you're meeting new people, this is what you're saying. Like, I want there to be balance. I don't give a fuck about how much money you got, where you live. I mean, that comes in handy, darling. Because, you know, an empress, you know, princesses, we need to be treated some type of way. But that's not the reason as to why you're attracted to someone. You want to know someone's mind. You want to know, okay, well, if the money and the success and everything leaves, are you still going to be here? That's the real question. Are you going to be here through sickness and in health? If you needed to hide a dead body, like, can I rely on you to help me do that? Or are you going to be writing me out? Like, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that that's what I'm doing. Now, I mean, you know, people just read that the wrong way. Like, but I'm just saying, like, you're just keeping it 100. You know what I mean? All right, so let's just get into the tarot now, because I've been talking for a while. So let's get in to see what the tarot has to say, my beautiful Libra gang, Libra gang. Yeah, we have the Nine of Wands. Ugh, I'm telling you, man, look at this. Look at the way the Nine of Wands is looking over at the Two of Cups. Like I said, someone's got their guards up. Somebody's very defensive, but they are in love. This is what they're hiding. Like somebody wants, or somebody could be looking at you and someone else in a relationship, and it's just irritating them. But somebody has like these, like, because this is Sagittarius energy, but this is like Chiron energy. Someone has really been wounded when it comes to partnerships. So it's almost like they don't trust it, but the universe has brought this person to you to create some type of partnership. But someone is just really guarded and really wounded. So again, because this is in the row of the phone call, this could be what the conversation is about. So you could be saying to someone like, you know what, I have my guards up. I don't really trust love, this, that, and the third. You're like, okay, cool. This is why we should take our time. Like some people, they will be guarded when it comes to love, but they want to jump into a relationship. How does that make any sense? If you're guarded and there's things that you need to work through, don't you feel like we should make steps in order to get to that relationship rather than like wanting to lock it down right now? It's like, it's either you want to lock it down and you want to do this, or you want to take your time. Like, but they can't, you know what I mean? Like, people are not really making any sense. And I feel like that's what the issue is. I feel like with Libras, you just make too much sense. You know what I mean? You make too much sense to the point where people are just like, okay, what the fuck? But like I said, somebody's got their guard up when it comes to love. They are not opening their heart chakra. That's what you need to do. You will never fully be in alignment with source if all your chakras are not open and in alignment. If one of your chakra is blocked, you know, that's it. You will never fully evolve as a Venusian. You will never truly get the partnership that you want. So for some of you, it's about working on certain chakras and also being around people that are prepared to go through that journey with you. So going back to the Arbed situation, like I know that your heart chakra is closed. So I know that's going to be a while for you to open it. So I'm not rushing, because if we rush into it, I'm not going to get the love that I truly deserve, the equal give and take. And you're not going to get your needs met, because when there's no balance, there's no mutual understanding, there's no accepting of, okay, this person has got this way to go on their journey, so have I. So, like, do you understand what I'm trying to say? But yeah, somebody also could like be threatened at the fact that you are like a teacher, or you're like of high spiritual ranking, or there's just something that you said that makes this person feel some type of way. But the reason why they feel some type of way is because they know that you're right, Libra. And again, it's about you are right because that you just are. But it's when people hear the word right, they automatically think of like, well, that means that I'm wrong. And then again, that's your ego. Like for me, if I was talking to someone and I was wrong and they were right, I would be so grateful that they would tell me, because I don't want to be walking around thinking that I'm right about something and I'm wrong. But that's just because I look at everything with love and from an open mind. Someone who's in their lower chakra, they will look at it as like, from an ego perspective. Like, oh, you think you're so right, you think you're so perfect, you think you're so this, like, no, like, cut that all out. Focus on what the person is saying to you and why you feel some type of way when it's being said, okay? You know what I mean? It's just, you're just upset because this person told you about yourself, and that's what it is. But again, it's a character development. Some people, they like to be around what they're comfortable with because other people don't challenge them. But just like the divine challenges us. Your partnerships, your relationships are going to challenge you to figure out if it's what you really want and if it's something that you are truly deserving of. Because the same way you're opening up your heart to somebody, they are also opening up their heart to you. Do you see what I'm trying to say? That's where the love heart emoji came from. When you actually get a human heart and you put it both together, it makes this shape. That's what it looks like. So that's where the concept of the hearts came. So, it's like meeting of the minds, meeting of the heart. You're supposed to come together to create that shape. If it's like this, you're always going to be brokenhearted. You're always going to be in separation. You're always going to be focusing on the wounds. But the bottom of the decks is the Two of Cups. So it's like there is love here for you. There's a partnership here for you, but there's a conversation that needs to be had between you and another person. Now, for some of you, this could be a conversation where you kind of want to detach from someone because you feel like you're doing everything. And again, we have the gold digger underneath that. Somebody is looking at the relationship as like a transactional type of arrangement, because that's the type of energy that they're used to dealing with, or that could be the lifestyle that they're used to being in. So it's difficult for them to kind of separate what goes out in the real world or in the streets and when they come home to their babes, or vice versa. Do you know what I mean? So please clarify the third eye. So we have the Queen of Wands. So you're in your power right now. You're very confident. For some of you, you could have fire placements. Okay, Leo or Aries here. We have Sagittarius here. But somebody is confident. They're passionate. They stand on what the fuck they say. This is somebody who's very spiritual, very fiery as well. I'm hearing like, if you don't want the fire, don't be asking for something you can't handle now, okay? Because yeah, you were gifted something. Somebody here wants to give you a gift, or you are proof of something. Could be dealing with an earth sign. Again, that loyalty, because earth is something tangible. But again, earth energy is very slow. But when something is developed, it's not going anywhere. Like planting a tree, it takes years for a tree to get into a tree. But once that tree is there, that tree ain't going. You know what I mean? The trees outlive people. So I'm just getting a love that some of you, your love is so pure, it literally transcends through space and time, and like people who are not accustomed to real love, you know what I mean? So maybe this is what you're teaching someone. But again, for some of you, focus on being sexy, being confident, being bold, being courageous, going after what it is that you want. If you get rejected, you get rejected. If you don't, you don't. You know that you done what you needed to do. Okay, but I'm seeing that someone is looking at you real sexy. Like someone likes you being confident. Someone likes how smart you are. Like someone just like, good God, like fuck me, mate. I'm also getting your third eye chakra is on point. Like you're accurate as fuck. You're tuned in as fuck, because the Queen of Wands is also the Queen of Magic. Somebody here could be like very spiritual. You know what I mean? And it's like there's proof in what this person says, So please clarify the powerful woman. Yeah, somebody proof in what... Listen, Mr. Mickey. Hey, Ace of Swords. Like someone here is just facts. Facts on facts on facts on facts on facts on facts on facts. Period. Like I said, the truth hurts, my nigga. That's why I changed my old channel to The Truth Hurts, because that's just what the fuck it is. I was just saying too much raw shit. People just couldn't handle it. But someone can handle you, Libra, or someone needs to, okay? It's like looking at the truth and feeling some type of weird. But we need to talk about this. So this is communication coming in. Like I said, this is being very on point, very powerful, very, like somebody has a very powerful mind here. But as powerful as their mind is as powerful as their love is. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So that's what I'm getting. Somebody is like literally reflecting on the truth. They're looking at the truth. They're looking at themselves for who they truly are. They could be reflecting on something that you said. For some of you, you could be dealing with another Libra, Aquarius, or a Gemini. That is very powerful. I feel like it's the feminine energy that has all the power here, just because this is what I'm seeing. The masculine energy here, he's feeling some type of way. Like, so I feel like you're very intimidating. But like someone is drawn to you because of that reason. It's like, what I love about you is what I hate about you. What I hate about you is what I love about you. But it's just, it's like a power dynamic. And it's like, we're not supposed to be like thinking like that in a relationship. It's not about who outpowers the other. It's about, yeah, I'm powerful as fuck. But like, how can we come together and like, you know, but yeah, but beautiful energy. So I'm just getting some truth is going to be spoken here. Yeah, and then we have the Three of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So looking out into the future, someone is looking out towards you. Okay. Again, the number 3, that's the number of the Empress. That's the number of communication. That's the number of this Ascended Masters. Okay. Your future is bright. Someone sees you in their future. But again, this person has to wait for their shipments to come in. Okay. So again, like Arbed, and there's people, I've never noticed this before. I don't know if those are hands or the trees. Because in this card, if you look right, it looks like little hands. Kind of like, it's almost like, you know, many were called but few, you know, many were called but few were chosen. Like there's people that could be drowning in their emotions or in their sorrows. I don't know if those are hands. Because they kind of look like their hands like reaching up, but he's not focused on them. He can't see what's coming, but he knows that something is coming. And that's like this card, you know, even though the Wands, it's about movement, like the Wands is like a fast-paced energy. So it's saying like something is coming towards you, but we can't see it. We're just trusting the process. He's literally waiting for the ship to come in, but we can't even see where the fuck is the ship. I don't know. So that's like the love that you're waiting to come in. It's coming. Judgment, yeah, it's being resurrected. The Ten of Swords, something ended here abruptly. But like the divine is bringing it back to life because you need this person or this person needs you. So I'm hearing I need you. You're inseparable. Every time this person looks into the future, this is what they see. You tangled up within like each other. Okay, so you are a part of someone's future. You are a part of someone's destiny. For some of you, you definitely could be dealing with someone at a distance. That could be what the issue is. Because you just feel like it's so far out. But no, it's within the future. And I feel like for some of you, you can see this. You have the gift of sight. You're looking towards your horizon. He's got the 2 wands behind his back. And he's only focusing on that 1 wand. That Queen of Wands right there. Like, yeah, you know what? I'm coming for you. But again, look how like she's outdoing him in this. And like this represents your energy, not your size. You just have so much power. Sometimes it's a lot for people to handle. So I don't know who this is. Like for some of you, I'm getting all the signs are here. Aries is very potent, but you know, Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo is here. So you could have any of those signs. But I'm getting that somebody wants to reach out to you. Okay. They have something that they want to say, or this could be you. Okay, let's just use my deck. So please clarify the 9 of Wands. So you could be talking about what it is that you have learned in a situation. For some of you, you could be turning your back on a connection. Because you feel like you're doing everything and the person is just a lazy bitch and you could do a lot by yourself. So they could go many different ways for different people. It just depends. Okay. Yeah, we have the 3 of Cups, the 3 of Emotions. So we have 33. Somebody could be 33 years old. Okay. Or you could be seeing 3s, like, especially in regards to this passion. There's a reason for that. But we have the 3 of Emotions. Okay. So the 3 of Cups. So I'm definitely getting a reconciliation here coming together. You coming together to talk to someone about something. Okay. And, you know, in this card, when they connect, they're making a trine. The Holy Trinity, different aspects of yourself. It's like me, you, and the divine, darling. Okay. You know, we've got that heart chakra, the heart chakra energy here. Okay, we've got that sacral chakra energy here. And then we've also got the, you know, the 3rd eye chakra here. Or the crown chakra, if we're talking about the colors. But they're coming together like a meeting of the minds. Okay, they're in the ocean. Okay, and they're kind of like almost floating on top of the water to represent how in sync they are. Okay, there could be a Cancer that's very significant here. But it's almost like somebody's apprehensive to reconcile with you, but they want to. This is on the phone call. We need to talk. You could also be talking about third party energy or something. Maybe somebody had a lot of people around them and they're deciding to turn their back on them because this person could literally be facing judgment. Okay. And they understand, like, you know, what it is and what it really isn't. Again, we have judgment at the bottom of the deck. And on this card, it says thou shalt not. And we have the dark and the light side here. But we're saying we're not going to do this. We're not going to do that. Like, you get judged, you know, before you leave this earth. You know what I mean? As I always explain, even though judgment is this Scorpio energy, I always see it as a combination of Scorpio and Libra. Okay? But yeah, I'm just getting that there's a conversation that's going to be had. You're going to reconcile with someone to talk about something. For others of you, if this is like a divorce type situation, this is the conversation that you're going to have, like maybe with the attorney or with the person, like you let a third party in this. So now I have to turn my back and focus on the forward. And we've created a soul tie, but I don't give a fuck. I'm gone. So some of you could have kids with a particular person. So that's why you'll always be attached to them. But you can move on with your life if you want to, if you feel like they have cheated or they've broken their vows. Okay, but for others of you, I feel like you've called judgment on somebody, yeah, and they're like in love with you, or this is like self-love. So please clarify the Queen of Wands. Okay, so we have the Nine of Pentacles here, okay? So somebody is very independent. They're self-made. They do well on their own. So again, like you're comfortable being single or not being single. It doesn't really matter because you're secure and stable within yourself. And that's where your power is. But this is also what somebody likes about you. This is why somebody's so attracted to you. I'm also getting somebody really likes your body or the way that you look or your pictures. Somebody also could be quite small and petite because, you know, Virgo energy, they tend to be petite. But yeah, the divine masculine is here. So he's looking at you. He's just like, you ain't going to be single for long, bitch. Okay. And then we have the Empress of Wisdom underneath that. There you are, the Queen of Swords. So yeah, I feel like you're helping someone to truly be divine or to truly operate from their masculine self. Or this could be the other way around. If you're the male energy, you know, just switch it up, people, please. Okay. But somebody looks good. Okay. Somebody looks good. They're very confident. They're standing in their truth. They're standing in what it is that they're saying. Okay. I'm also getting like independent research. So with the brains and the beauty, someone's just like, you encourage somebody to like research or think independently. Like someone can see that you're not a codependent person. You're a free thinker. And that could be what's very attractive to this person. You know what I mean? Or this could be what is attracting you to this person. You're just like, I'm good. I've been alone for so long that I'm okay with taking things slow just because I can't rush the process of the connection that I have with myself and source. Things really need to be in alignment. You need to be in alignment. I can already tell you've got 5 chakras right now that are blocked. And we mainly focus on 7. I mean, we have more than 7 chakras. But you know what I mean? If you got 5 blocked, that means only 2 are activated, my nigga. So what's really going on? Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, this is beautiful energy here. I'm getting that there's an emperor that has their eye on you, or you could be the emperor. Okay, and you just like how confident and like sassy someone is, but how like well put together and controlled they are, how independent somebody is. Okay. And then we have the Ace of Passion that wanted to come out. So beautiful energy. We have 2 aces on top of each other. So for some of you, this could definitely be like a new energy. Okay. But yeah, there's a lot of passion in what it is that you're saying. So for some of you, you could express yourself very passionately. But it's like, that's the only way motherfuckers are going to hear what the fuck I have to say. You know what I mean? Like, God, like sometimes you know when you're too sweet, like, yeah. And oh. Like people don't be hearing that shit. So you have to switch it up. Doesn't mean I'm not like from Venus, but bruh, you do know that Venus is really hot, right? The planet is actually like nobody could live there because they would just burn into pieces. Like Venus is hot. I'm just saying, like people, they don't actually know things. Like this goes back to the beauty in the brains. I feel like somebody here, like they know a lot about science and shit. So when you have that type of mindset, that's how you look at things. Like with me, I always look at everybody as energy. Like I need to know like what sign you are and then what your placements are, because I need to know what energy outweighs your chart, you know. But even if I don't see your chart, I can just read your energy. I can always tell if someone's full of fire, if they're full of water, if they're full of air, if they're full of earth. You know what I mean? I look at people as elements, and then I think about how elements behave, and it will help me to figure out how I should best communicate with someone, if that makes sense. Like I understand with fiery people, if you kind of match them with the fire, the fire can quickly burn out, or it can get really passionate or it can get really aggressive. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like you have to kind of temper the energy. Like, so That's just what it is. But I'm just getting that there's some truth that's coming from something that you're saying, or someone just thinks that your conversations are fire, like you're fire, or you could be meeting a new fire sign or a new air sign, or somebody could have these combinations in their chart. So you're the air sign, you could have fire placements or vice versa. But this is a confirmation of how truly powerful you are. Like somebody just knows you for who the fuck you are, and that's a powerful motherfucking person, bitch. Okay? So maybe someone is trying to figure out if they can handle all of that power. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck, yeah. So you're shifting someone's perspective. Also, somebody could be a part of your destiny. But again, we all have free will here. So he's looking towards his future and he can see his fortune. And I feel like you are the fortune. You would be represented by luck, Libra. You know, because you are the 7th house. The number 7 is a very lucky number. Some of you could be born on the 7th. Shout out to the 7th, gang. Okay, so we are definitely powerful on a spiritual sense. Okay. Do you know what I mean? Or if you were born on the 16th, the 6 plus 1 is 7. You know what I mean? So it's just like, but either way, it doesn't really matter. You're a part of somebody's fate and destiny here. Someone is looking towards their future, looking towards their horizons. And it's like, play your cards right. You spin the wheel and however it ends is however it's going to end. But I just feel like someone is a part of someone's destiny here. And it's almost like they're looking at this compass, like what direction should I go in? Or when is going to be the right time, okay? So I'm just getting like something is going to shift in beautifully, but a conversation does need to be had with you and another person, okay? For others of you, like I said, it could just be you moving on and letting go from a very kind of toxic relationship and you're just focusing on new energy. So can we just get more information about this? This is a very love reading. This is a very love reading. This is a very long love reading. Like very long. It's longer than I expected it to be. So I'm going to just try to push through. So we have communication. So this is literally on the row of the phone call, which says communication. So that's double confirmation. So definitely somebody needs to talk to you or somebody will talk to you. Or this is what the divine is saying. Like take a chance with the Wheel of Fortune and the 3 of Wands. Reach out, see something, speak to this person. However the communication is going to go is however it's going to go. But I definitely feel like things are going to be learned. But yeah, with the sweet kiss, I'm getting like want to kiss and make up. Okay, I'm not going to shuffle that too much just because the time it's like really long. Okay, so what does this person want to say to you? So yeah, so expect communication coming in. Oh my fuck. God. Oh, sorry, 1 second, guys. Oh, Jesus. Oh my God. I swear I shuffle the cards, people. I swear I do. Before, after, I even pull myself my own readings. Like, so I do not know why this card just keeps coming out. Every love reading. Like, do I have to read it at this point? Yeah, because there could be new people that have just subscribed. Hello. But it says, your beauty is so unique. I don't know what it is about you that's pulling me towards you. But oh my. Someone cannot get over, like, the way that you look. I definitely feel like for some of you, you're from a different place. Or you have a different background to this person. That's what it is. Like, and at the bottom of the deck, we have, you're the only one that I want. Only you. Pick up the damn phone. I just want to talk to you. But yeah, someone just, Jesus Christ. I mean, that card has come up so much times. Like, I fucking shuffled, flipped, reversed the deck, everything. That just keeps coming out. So, that should be the fucking title of the reading. Your beauty is so unique. Like, someone has this constant pull towards you, and they're just like, why? You know, I can't let this person go. Because they're your person. Or vice versa. For others of you, like I said, if, you know, you will meet somebody new, but it's just patience. There's something that needs to click. You're so sexy. You make me nervous. Yes, like I said, somebody's very attracted to you, very attracted to your body. And you're my soulmate. I feel like we've met before, maybe in a past life. Yeah. So let's just see how's this person feeling about you in a sexual nature. If there is. And then we good to go. Okay, we good to go. God, I wish I had an American accent. I already told the divine. There needs to be an accent, otherwise it's just not gonna work out. I swear to God. I shouldn't say that. Whoever's meant to be for me will be right. You know what I mean? Oh, watch me strip. Okay. That's what this person wants to do. Maybe you're gonna do some cheeky things on FaceTime, and I like it rough. Okay. What else? What else is how else? What is this person's kinks? I feel like, because some of you may not be in like a sexual relationship, and caress me. So somebody wants you to caress the coochie and love me. Okay. Oh, darling, I can't show them for too long up on the channel. And use a toy. Oh, and make me scream. Dirty bastards. Okay, and then I found the other dice, people. The other reading, I didn't find it, so I found the other dice. So we got 2 dice here. So let's just roll this. We have head and kiss. Oh, so the sweet kisses come twice. So somebody may want you to kiss their nether regions. Also, you're all up in someone's head. Someone just wants to kiss you. They want to reach out or kiss and make up. Or somebody likes kisses all the way down to when they're about to receive something. Okay. All right, thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed the reading. I hope you listened to everything that I said and understood. If this feels like your situation, I would love to know in the comment section. But you know, like, share, support the channel. I appreciate you guys. And just remember, like, believe in yourself, Libra. 5533, as I said that. But this looks good. You know, expect communication. Or if you're the person that is prompted to communicate, I'm just getting communication. But someone is just, they are so drawn to you. This could be what the Ace of Passion is, the 3 of Passion. Like, there's a lot of wands here. The Queen of Wands, the 9 of Wands, the Ace of Wands, the 3 of Wands. Like, there's a lot of wands, so there's a lot of attraction. So yeah, you're pulling someone in. You are the magnet, okay? Anyway, bye.